What's up, guys? My name's Chris. I'm an entrepreneur in Sarasota. This year, I'm sitting down with business owners to learn all about their journeys, their triumphs, their struggles, and everything they've learned along the way. Today, I'm talking with the partners at Hale Law to discuss what it was like to go from attorneys to law firm owners and leaders, all while navigating the pandemic. This is Stir. I'm here today with Patrick Hale and Patrick Iyampillai of Hale Law, and we're going to talk to them about their firm, their history and business. So I'll start with you, Patrick Hale. Who are you?
So I'm Patrick Hale. The things that matter most to me, it's my family, my wife, my 2 kids. I have a 5-year-old daughter, 2-year-old son. That's where I spend out of work hours pretty much the rest of everything else I do. Everything revolves around my family. Soccer coach for my daughter's soccer team, but it's a lot of fun, and it's really what gives me my drive to work hard, provide for my family, and just help make our community a little bit better, because ultimately this is a community that I live in with my family, and we want it to be better. It's a great community, but it can always be better.
Of course. Yeah, absolutely. And Patrick Iyampillai, tell me, who are you?
You got it. I'm Patrick Iyampillai. It's like saying I am polite, but without the T.
That's right. That's how I remember it.
Yeah. It's a great way to pronounce a very difficult last name. Sure. So I am a partner at Hale Law, an attorney, a fiance with 1 E. Thank you. I appreciate that. Cat dad, two cats. Cool. Outside of work, I like to play guitar, make music. I also kind of DJ a little bit whenever it comes up. Okay. I like to watch a ton of movies and TV shows. Avid FSU guy, no offense.
That's all right. No? That's all right. Go Buckeyes. It's okay.
Go Noles. So I love anything FSU, Seminole related, anything Star Wars related as well. Quite the sci-fi junkie.
Oh, okay. I'll have to remember that.
Yeah.
Now, let me just touch, because we're big on movies. I don't know if you've been to our site, but like everybody has a favorite movie listed on the site. So what's your favorite movie?
That's a hard question.
It's the tough one.
It is a very tough one, because I'm thinking, which genre, yada, yada. Yeah. But being that my biggest movie passion is Star Wars, Star Wars: The Empire Strikes Back is the greatest.
It's a classic.
It's a classic.
Gotcha. Did you meet in high school and decide we're gonna take over the world via a law firm, or how did it come to be?
So we were law school friends. I was in my 3rd year of law school. Patrick was in his 1st year of law school. As silly as this may sound, we both had the first name Patrick, and we used to joke about it. We'd go out, introduce ourselves to people, both be named Patrick. We lived in the same apartment building over in St. Pete, where Stetson Law is. And I think it really had a lot to do with us having the same first name, and maybe I'm just a simple person, but I think that's why. I don't know about you. What do you think?
Also, I think we're just like to do a lot of the same things, socializing, going out, doing sports. Yeah. And we have similar upbringings in that, our families both had their own businesses growing up. We were taught to, work hard, and, you put your mind to it, you can accomplish anything. So we didn't really see it at the time that, this could be a business relationship, and a very successful one at that. But I think just, the friendship and upbringing really came to be.
Cool to be able to work side by side with your buddy. Who wouldn't enjoy that, you know?
Yeah.
So how many years have you been in business at this point?
So April 6th will be our 4-year anniversary. Open April 6th, 2018.
Wow, 4 years. Okay.
Yeah.
So
lots happened.
A lot has happened in that 4 years.
A very busy 4 years.
I bet. So 4 years now. That means you were like a year and change, almost 2 years when COVID hit.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. You've gone through the fire like right off the bat, man. Yeah. Tell me about your first year or two in business. Like, what are some of the things that you didn't know that you didn't know? Maybe some struggles that you ran into that you had to figure out how to overcome on the fly?
I guess when it comes down to it, there's just a lot of things that come up. I've never owned a business before. Like you said, both of our parents own businesses. But there's a lot of stuff. Obviously, Patrick and myself, in my opinion, obviously, great attorneys, but ultimately running a law firm is a lot of running a business. So just different little things, office software or office management software, which one do you choose? How do you hire a good person? An employee who's going to care about your clients the same way you care about them. All these little different things of running a business, signing a lease, getting insurance for everything, payroll, all this. It's just, there was never a hurdle that I couldn't get over, and once Patrick came on that we couldn't get over together. But it's a lot of hurdles. It's like running a race. And you don't know, there's no end in sight, and there doesn't necessarily need to be one at this point. We're both still really young. We have a lot of drive. So it's really just all those little things, and they just add up. They become very time consuming.
What has it been like to go from just the two of you, attorneys, working hard as attorneys, taking care of your clients, and that's it, running a business, things like that, but now transitioning to leaders where you're having to recruit and manage staff and make sure they're doing what they're supposed to do? And are they caring about your clients the way you do?
It's come to be kind of a family here where you gotta know what's going on with them outside of work a little bit. And we don't pry, but we always are trying to understand if there's things going on, car troubles. Yeah, car trouble is not a big deal. Just get here when you get here. We're just being there for them whenever they need it.
Nice. Very cool. During these 4 years, obviously we mentioned you going through COVID, right? And so every business owner ran into is the phone going to stop ringing or whatever, did you have that? Did you have those same struggles as other business owners, or did the phone just keep ringing, or what was your experience when COVID first hit?
Yeah, so, obviously there was a lot of uncertainty when COVID started spreading. All these unknowns, it's another one of those hurdles I was telling you about. It's just something that comes up. Like you said, there's no one to deal with it but us. We're the partners, we got to figure it out. With technology, we're in a spot because we started in 2018. A lot of these older law firms started in the 90s. A lot of them weren't paperless. Everything we do have the paper files as well, but everything is in our system, approved by the Florida Bar. The office software management system holds all the documents. We text clients. That's something we did from the very beginning because we started in 2018. Yeah. But as for wondering about whether we were going to get calls, for a short time there was a slowdown. People weren't driving on the road. That ended pretty quickly as soon as, at least in Florida, everything opened back up. And people started driving again. We started getting more calls. But since we were a newer business, the fact of the matter is we didn't have a lot of overhead that a lot of these larger law firms at the time had. And we were settling more and more cases because you don't settle an auto accident case the day you get it. It settles 6, 8 months, a year and a half later. So a lot of those ones that were originally started were starting to pay off. So we were actually, in a lot of ways, in a better position than I think a lot of other law firms were.
Yeah, I bet you're right. Yeah, and I mean, similar to our industry, a lot of people were not ready to adapt. They weren't set up to adapt. They weren't texting clients or comfortable with Zoom, or it's probably in any industry. Those businesses had a much harder time than those who were willing to adapt to the new way of doing business.
Definitely. Yeah.
As far as the growth that you had, looking back on it, would you do something differently? If you could go back and say, you know what, I could have alleviated this stressor or whatever, is there something that you would do differently, or are you just thrilled with the way that it's turned out so far?
It's a little bit of both.
Yeah.
I would definitely say, I shouldn't have second guessed myself so much. At first coming over, it's the first business I had ever owned as well, and it's a little daunting. Of course. And you have to kind of wear a ton more different hats. A lawyer already wears a lot of hats, but then I was IT guy, I was social media guy, I was marketing guy. I'm just doing all these different things. So I guess, but I could do them, and I already had all of this knowledge, and I just wish kind of, hey Pat, shouldn't have thought about it so much, just gone and done it, because I've done it, we've done it, we're here.
It's working out well.
It's working out
Really
well.
well.
Yeah. What are some ways that you're giving back to the community?
We really get involved in a lot of different things with the focus that I like running. I like working out. Patrick likes running, working out. We've been doing a lot of 5K sponsorships. The last one we did was the Big Bill Foundation here locally. It helps children with childhood cancer.
We've been sponsoring a lot of back to school events with the Penguin Productions group, and we love spotlighting local businesses such as Aginto.
Yeah, we were just on,
yeah. And one thing that Hale and I were doing in the past was mentorships with the Booker High law program.
Oh, very cool.
So they have a dedicated program to pre-legal studies, essentially at this local high school, and so we mentored a student there throughout the year. I'm also doing teen court now, which has been fantastic.
I've talked to them. Yeah, they're a great
Yeah,
organization.
yeah. Just it's a diversion program for minor offenses by minors, and I've been judging some of these trials, and they're awesome because it's just these kids acting as lawyers for these other kids that, they made some poor decisions, and then you have the jury, which is made up of other kids that made poor decisions, deciding the fate of the accused, and it's just awesome.
Often they're, set up for them to get a second chance, right? Like,
exactly.
Yeah, I mean, like they don't slip through the cracks. Yeah. So last question I always ask: 4 years, ups and downs. Has it been worth it?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. That's a great answer. Yeah. I love that the tagline is "Go to Hale." So make sure if you need a lawyer.
Personal injury relating to auto accidents, slip and falls, trip and falls, which fall under premises liability.
Okay.
And then a few other areas, but here's the great thing. If someone wants to just call us, if we don't practice an area of law, we'll refer them out to someone who can help them out.
You can put them in the right direction.
Yeah, someone, because a lot of times people don't know who to go to. We can tell them, hey, this is a trusted person in the legal community. They're a great person. They'll do a great job for you. And so they know where to go.
Wow, that's pretty cool. So at least you can point them in the right direction. Excellent. Gentlemen, thanks so much for the time.
Thank you.
Appreciate you. I'll see y'all around the block.
Yeah, absolutely. Right around the corner.
Right around the corner.